Hello, I'm Kiv Soul. This is my first video on YouTube. So today I'm just going to give you a little bit of an introduction of who I am and what I want to bring forward in 2025 with what I do. Look, I'm an aspiring astrologer. I love tarot. I'm an intuitive. I work with spirit. I spent many years coaching people. I'm from Australia. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Look, I'm not usually stuck for words. I do a lot of self-development. I've worked with shadow for many years. I work in with natal charts, helping people discover who they are and what they're able to really do and what they can tap into, understanding themselves more only from what I've known in my own life, I guess. So look, things I want to talk to you about today is obviously, new moon in Capricorn. This is why I'm launching my YouTube channel today. It's the 31st of December in Australia, so it's the new moon, the Capricorn new moon, the black moon, really rare new moon. So we started this year with a Capricorn new moon, and we're ending the year with a Capricorn new moon. So really interesting times. Obviously this year we've got the North Node in Pisces and Virgo happening in mid-January, and then we've still got Mars retrograde, which is obviously that drive with the handbrake on, I guess. But that doesn't end until February 23rd. So still a little bit of time there for a lot of things to change and manifesting ideas. Once again, like, share, subscribe, Kiv Soul. If you want to see my YouTube channel keep going, please send a donation to my PayPal details in the description box, and we'll continue on. So I like to pull my spirit messages from a lot of different modalities. So I really like to tap into, or I am connected to, what they call medical astrology. So medical astrology allows our zodiacs or different houses to, in combination, deal with certain areas of our body or certain life traumas, physical health, mental health. So anything, I'll just say right now, anything with me, I deal with a lot of mental health. Been there, done that myself. Look, as you get to know me, we'll obviously dive into that a little bit deeper. However, yeah, so obviously what I want to touch on today, before I go into tarots and readings, is the Capricorn new moon. So Capricorn is connected to the bones and the teeth. So yeah, look, what I'm going to do, sorry, I'm a little bit stuck for words. What I'm going to do is I am going to delve into my book and just express a little bit about what that means to a lot of people and what we're leaving behind in 2024 and what we're going to start manifesting. Now, generally in a new moon, we would start manifesting new ideas, planting the seed, what hasn't actually happened yet. Obviously the full moon is when we're completing something or celebrating the completion of something, letting or harvesting certain things. Okay, so look, with this Capricorn new moon, it's a bit of a funny one. Well, it's not funny at all, it's actually really important. This is the black moon is the type of moon where you can, how can I say this? you can manifest something and you can also end something. So it's the synchronicity of being able to complete something and begin something at the same time. It's like a hop, skip and a jump in a transitional period. So look, what I want to just do today, just to introduce myself on the deepest, darkest level, I guess, is, you know, Saturn is connected to, you know, the Devil card in Tarot, number 13, which is a 1 and 3 and a 4. So we look at 4. 4 generally ends up becoming protection in numerology. So we start to use these modalities and connect them in with each other. However, won't make things too complicated right now. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to go into the certain sections of the body, and I'm just going to have a little bit of an introduction into the teeth and the bones of the body, which Capricorn rule. So, got my little book here. So what we generally start to look at with the teeth and the bones is we generally hold on to a lot of shame, guilt and fear. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but however, in your natal chart, we can work on this a lot later in programs. However, the natal chart represents 12 different areas throughout our life. However, myself has Neptune in Capricorn, so anyone born between 1982 to about 1995, give or take a couple of years, don't hold me on that, we will generally have Capricorn in, Neptune in Capricorn. Okay, so what this starts to, you know, a lot of us born in the 80s and early 90s, we were connected to a lot of shame, guilt and fear, anger, blame and bitterness. So whether that came from our family, I know for a fact that I have Neptune in my 4th house, which our 4th house is connected to home, family, and if you're talking about astrology, Western astrology, it both represents our mother and our father. So mother, father, family life and home life connect to the 4th house in astrology. So that for myself is connected to Capricorn. Okay, so you know, these new moons, any type of new moon, or whether you're, you know, sun, moon, rising, new moon, full moon, you're gonna really be affected by these certain areas, you know, whether it be mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually or financially, it will affect you. And bearing in mind, we all have each sign in the 12 houses of our zodiac. So whatever activates them, whatever planet activates them, will obviously make a big difference in how we work with that energy. Right, so difficulty in making empowering decisions. So that in general right now is happening, that drive in you know, moving forward is coinciding Mars in retrograde. Right, so shame, guilt, fear, anger, blame and making empowering decisions can affect, like, if you're getting bone niggles, not making big excessive gains within the gym, wondering why, you know, certain pharmaceutical medications or any type of medication may not be relieving you from certain ailments of trigger points, bones. These can all hold significant representation of the next month with Capricorn in the new moon. Which means that your body is holding on to something that wants to be released. It wants to release that trauma. It wants to release that fear. It wants to release that shame. It wants to release that guilt. And if you keep holding on to it, it's going to keep hurting. You know, once we start to actually connect our mind, body, and our soul, mind, body, spirit, father, mother, child, whatever you choose to, you know, ignite that religion or those spiritual values, we start to tap into a neurological understanding within our brain that is going to trigger something so powerful. And with Pluto entering Aquarius within the next 15, 20 years, this is where we're at. We're coming into the mind. What is so powerful is coming into the mind. And just saying, I want to be a part of this with you. No more being thrown under the bus. No more being scared of who we are or who we think we are or what we're becoming. You know, let's tap into those energies, or let's have someone represent us who is willing to tap in to those energies. All right. So struggling to survive, you know, again, we've just come out of Christmas time, and what's really shitty is a lot of us are, you know, making ends meet, not losing jobs. Well, again, if we start to look at the planetary aspects and the transitions that are happening within astrology, we start to obviously consider or understand why we stop working at this time, and why we start living our dreams, or why we start having new manifestations, or planting new seeds, or, you know, stop or ending something. These all have very deep soul values that we're starting to become more aware of, but we're still not quite sure how to tap into those energies. So again, you know, bones can feel really fatigued at this time of year. You know, pushing yourself beyond the limits, overworking, and getting in and out of difficult situations. You know, have you ever had like tennis elbow, where your elbow kind of, you know, as 10 years as a personal trainer, I start to figure out how to connect the metaphysical and the physical. The skeletal muscular system, the skeletal system and the muscular system, and how that works with our, you know, spine and our neurological system, and it was just, you know, this isn't by chance that, you know, my past and present clients, you know, whether they be physical training or, you know, mental coaching, you know, we really start to tap into those deep subconscious unknown feelings that really tap into it, you know. And I've been going really deep. God, I think most people who have known me just seen me go off the charts for 1 or 2, 3, 4 years and not hear from me, and that's because I was doing some really deep, hard work, you know, manifesting and just getting down that wisdom and that knowledge, and just spiritually growing, you know, beyond my soul ever expected, beyond my human vessel expected. So here I am. I'm still alive, for those who know me. Right, you know, bone weakness, or those niggles in our bones, can really represent lack of support, or giving away your power. and not, you know, again, giving away your power. And Pluto is power, you know, and Pluto is coming back to the mind. So we're giving, you know, for the next 20 years, we're giving Pluto back that power to our mind. And that is going to be so important and so powerful for who we are for the next 20 years, 2 generations ahead of us. You know, not only for the upcoming adolescents. I don't like to use the word younger. The adolescents that are coming in, that, you know, those seeds that are blooming and blossoming. We are just about to tap into that. Not only them, but us. You know, our DNA and our soul is integrating. It's defragmenting, and that's what it's been doing. That's what it's been doing over the last 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years. Is defragmenting and refragmenting, kind of like an MRI machine. Won't go into that. Yeah, that goes on to, you know, hydrogen, and, you know, you'd have to understand, you'd have to mix spirituality and science to understand that. We can go into that one day. One thing I really, look, I don't know where this channel's going to go. No, I kind of do, to be honest. But, you know, I can, you know, talk the udders off a cow till the milk's gone. But, you know, realistically, you know, what do you want to talk about? You know, I've spent so much, like, I know, guys, girls, you're afraid to talk about certain things, and I think so was I. And that's why I'm up here. I'm doing this. I'm ready. I want to not only empower, but inspire others. You know, talk about the things, you know, if you have a question, I would love for you to get in contact with me, ask me that question, and let's see if we can debunk that question. That's kind of where I'm going with one side of my channel, with Key of Soul 741. And 741 is a frequency. It's a healing frequency to the soul and the body. So anyone who doesn't know the frequency of 741, that's what 741 represents within the Key of Soul. And the Key of Soul, well, I'll explain the Key of Soul another time, but it has a connection to location, memory, and situation. I'm pretty sure. That's what I remember it to be. Look, I'm not going to continue too much on this. As I said, this is my first intro. Key of Soul 741. If you like what I do, I'm going to start doing tarot and oracle. I'm going to mix a bit of those modalities together. I'm going to mix astrology together. I'm going to mix any divination, really. It's, look, like, share, subscribe. Again, I can't say that enough. I really want to keep this channel going, so I would love you to be a part of that. This is my iris. I'm not sure if you can see this up here. I drew that. One day I will actually show you a close-up shot of that. I tapped into some really good energy one day in art therapy, and something that I had locked away for years from being really spiritual and artistic as a kid, got locked away for many years. I put that Peter Pan away, you know, I put that Peter Pan in a box, and it's starting to come back out, and I'm so happy and grateful that yous are here with me doing this. Right, look, that's pretty much it for that. That's all I want to say. And I will see you on the next video. Come join me keep soul, like, share, subscribe. This is new. Next strongest, biggest YouTube channel for 2025. Let's see it roll.